Yes, and we're voting on that. But you can zoom in. It's gonna be.
Good afternoon. Can you hear us, Mr. Timmermans?
I sure can. All right. I'll go ahead and get started. We'll take roll call real quick. Lloyd Hazard.
Here.
Ruby Lopez. David Timmermans is here. Then who do we have from staff?
Chief Williams, Sunnyside Police.
Chief Albert, Sunnyside Fire.
Lucia Navarro, Human Resources. And we have some guests.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes from September?
I so move that we accept the minutes as submitted.
I'll go ahead and second. I'm gonna make a motion to continue our reviewing our civil service articles at the next meeting, since I'm not present at the time. Then we have a certification list to approve.
I move that we accept the eligibility list for our entry-level police officers as submitted.
Okay, I'll go ahead and second, and I'll come in on Monday to sign.
May I make a comment on item B?
You may.
So with the, having kind of reviewed over sections 12 and 13, as I mentioned before we went live, it's a very heavy section, if you will. And I would like to make a suggestion that we, at the next meeting, maybe have a brief study session on those. And have some discussion before we make any changes.
I would like that too. They are pretty deep. I do have a lot of questions.
Okay.
Do you guys want to?
Sorry.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable.
What time would you guys like the study session to start?
Prior to,
4?
that, I'm on your schedule, or the commissioner's schedule.
Dave, is there a preferred time for the study session to start for your schedule?
I can be available, so if you want to meet an hour before our next meeting, or
Okay,
within the next few weeks, I can make arrangements to make it work.
That's gonna be November 19th.
so we do the
13th?
second Wednesday, the
Yeah.
13th, November 13th at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
We'll make that work.
Even the glasses don't work. Thank you very much.
Promise that work for you?
Good.
Next item on the list, through the request to withdrawal resignation of a previous fire department employee. Chief, you want to discuss that a little bit?
Sure, so just, I apologize, my dates are not exact, but approximately June 16th. Yes, can we validate that for me? July 16th, thank you. Received a resignation notice from a staff member that had opportunity for outside employment. After a series of events, the employee has decided that they would like to have the opportunity to come back to the city of Sunnyside and work with the fire department yet again. We have an abundance of support from this individual in the form of support letters, individuals in attendance, and word of mouth from staff as a whole. I would just like to make a note on record that prior to his resignation, Mr. Barrios was honestly pretty much an ideal employee. Left on good terms, with no issues whatsoever, and yes.
Okay. And we didn't fill his position or backfill.
So currently, right now, the position has been filled, but I believe the request at this point is to be added to the existing register.
Okay.
Following chapter 10, subsection 5, as it reads regarding eligible register, if that is approved, he would be listed as the number 1 on the list, following the reinstatement clause, if you will. And I personally have no issues with that.
Okay. Yeah, because I think we have it in the bylaws. It's ultimately up to the chief of the department to determine that. So if you're good with it, chief, I'll make the motion to add Miguel to the
We did
list.
have one quick, real quick, we did have one quick question, sir.
So accepting the resignation withdrawal just adds him to the list. It doesn't bump anyone out that was put in his place when he left.
That is correct. So according to chapter 10, that would put him on the list in the number 1 position.
Correct.
I move that we accept his letter.
I'll go ahead and second that.
So just to clarify on that point, Lucy as the secretary will reestablish our list and bring it back to the commission's vote next meeting. Yep.
All right.
I do have one question for the board. So to my understanding, as the current charter reads, is that the resignation withdrawal has to be submitted within 6 months. It was, he'd be on the existing list. Do we know, does that existing list is currently good until the end of April? Is it safe to make the assumption that Mr. Barrios's place on that list would be good at least until the end of April when that list would expire? And not at the 6-month mark, correct? The 6-month mark should be only for his terms to be able to request a resignation withdrawal.
That's correct.
Okay, that's my understanding as well.
Yeah, that's correct.
Perfect.
All right. Any other discussion on this?
I have none.
Items from committee members.
I have none.
I don't have anything. Items from staff members.
I don't have anything.
All that from the fire department standpoint, obviously registry list we just discussed and we will ratify next meeting. Just kind of for the good of the order, we had some discussion a couple of meetings past that we've been looking at other avenues for recruitment. We have just signed an agreement with public safety testing to perform and allow for hopefully rapid onboarding and broader pool of potential candidates, especially as we have a pretty significant medic shortage in the area. So that has been signed by City Manager Mike Gonzalez actually this morning. It has been served to public safety testing and is effective, I believe today. So we are in the process of establishing, we in essence have a portal or a web page, if you will, through the public safety site. And again, that will go live once we complete that process. And then the nice thing about that is anybody, so we have a number of volunteers and our residents who have tested through public safety. They do not necessarily have to they don't have to retest. Once Sunnyside goes live on there, they'd be able to select us as one of their agencies and automatically be a part of that pool of candidates at that point in time. They do not have to retest. So
Okay.
that's all from the fire department at this point.
Sounds great. So our next meeting will be November 13th, and we're gonna start early at 4 to have a workshop. Then our normal meeting will be at 5. Is that correct, everyone?
That is correct.
So workshop at 6, followed by regular meeting at 5.
No, workshop at 4.
No, I'm sorry, it's 4, yeah.
1600.
That's what I wrote down.
I figured it.
Math is hard.
See you in
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that motion. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Ruby.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Was she on?